With just 2 games left in the Cactus League, the Sun sets on the Giants' time at their spring training home here at Scottsdale Stadium. The timing is just right as the Orange and Black are fine-tuning their game with opening day just 1 week away. Tonight, the Giants meet their NL West rival D-backs, and it's coming up next. One more night in the desert as we come to you from Scottsdale Stadium, Exhibition Baseball. And tonight, it's the Arizona Diamondbacks taking on your San Francisco Giants. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. And this is it for, well, at least for night baseball here in the desert. Giants will fly home tomorrow. And Mike, I guess more than anything, one thing you look for in this game is the Giants are going to run out the lineup that most probably we'll see in Milwaukee.
Well, with the exception of Chris Heston, tonight's starting pitcher, you will see the starting lineup for the opener next Monday in Milwaukee. So tonight, what can you expect? Well, you look for about 3 at-bats from every one of the regulars. Doubtful anybody will go 9 on the field. And I think these guys look forward every time they get a chance to play together. It hasn't happened often down here this spring, so I think they're going to enjoy this themselves. And also, for Chris Heston, they're going to push him a little bit today. He wants to get up around the 80-pitch level, and hopefully it will allow him to get up and down 5 times. And those are the goals tonight.
Yeah, this could be a very, very offensive night. Wind is blowing hard out, and the infield is very, very hard, period. All right, Buster Posey in the lineup, Chris Heston on the mound. When we come back, we will have the lineups on the very first pitch of this game right after this.
On CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Taste the all-new Double Jack Burger today, only at Jack in the Box. And by Toyota. Save big during Toyota's One for Everyone sales event. Find the right Toyota for you at buyatoyota.com.
We're here in the desert as the Giants have taken the field as we get ready for exhibition baseball. Let's take a look at The lineup for the Arizona Diamondbacks, it'll go like this. It'll be Segura to lead it off, followed by Brito, Goldschmidt, and Peralta. Brandon Drury is going to hit in the 5th slot. Then it's Lamb, Owings, and Gozowich, followed by Kyle Drabeck. He will hit 9th.
On the hill tonight for the Giants will be Chris Heston. Heston in his 2nd year at the big league level, 1-0 for the 5.65 ERA. That's the numbers he's had this spring. 14 strikeouts in 14 1/3. And watch for a good hard sinker. He's got a little cutter off that fastball. Velocity between 89 and 91. He's got a curveball, a changeup, and a slider.
So we get started right on time, and right on time, this ball is gone. So at 7:05 first pitch, 7:05 first run, and it's home run number 3 for Gene Segura.
It is a night to hit. We're watching batting practice. The wind is blowing out. It is live from foul line to foul line, and if you get the ball up, it is going to travel. Just a short, quick, explosive swing. And Gene Segura, since being brought over from the Milwaukee Brewers in a trade the offseason with the Diamondbacks, has really put on a show with the bat this spring, and he has lots of power. That was no cheapie.
Wind or no wind, that was going to go. Here's Socrates Brito. And he takes low, so it's 2 balls and no strikes.
You're feeling the wind in your face if you're on the mound tonight. It will enhance the sink in your sinker and the break in your breakable, but you got to get the ball down.
There's a strike. This is a rookie umpire, by the way. It's Stu Sherwater, Doug Eddings, Dan Bellino, Adam Hamari. Foul off of Mr. Posey.
Let's take a look at Segura unload. Not a lot of stride. You can see the power generated from that lower body. I mean, he uses a lot of leg in the swing. And he got every bit of that one. Matt Duffy going to come out.
That one may have dinged Posey pretty good, so they're going to give him some time. Get in the car.
I know. They just want to get out of Arizona in one piece and head north. This is the last night game in Arizona. Tomorrow they'll finish up a game of surprise, but the majority of the team will be on the plane tomorrow.
There's Buster Posey getting dinged.
See where he got him.
4th pitch into the game. Ouch.
So we've seen a home run and a ding on Posey. Get him in the car.
Foul back. Brito, by the way, all these Diamondback hitters are having great springs. Brito's hitting .327 with a home run and 7 driven in.
Yeah, they're hitting .321 as a team.
And the walk.
Let's take a look at the defense playing behind Heston tonight for the Giants. Starting in their outfield from left to right, it'll be Pagan, Span, and Pence. The best arm in right field. Crawford and Duffy on the left side. Panic and Belt on the right side of the infield. Buster Posey, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs. And we don't know much about Stu Sherwater's strike zone. This is the first time we've seen him.
So here's Goldschmidt, and he rolls it foul. I do know this. When they announced the umpires, about a dozen people 3 rows in front of us that lost their mind. So we're assuming that the Sherwater family is here.
Yeah, they were loud.
In the dirt to Goldschmidt. I mentioned the other umpires. Eddings, Bellino, and Hamari. Goldschmidt having a bad spring at .315.
Well, he's a legitimate MVP contender every year. Spectacular player with the glove, with the bat. I mean, he's a 5-tool guy. He does it all. You know, it's not often you talk about a first baseman having the 5th tool, strong arm, but he makes all the plays. He's a tough guy to bunt on. But as far as power and being able to hit for average, he's the real deal.
Plus, he wins a Gold Glove every year.
And he looks good in the uni.
Outside corner, 2-2.
As offensive as this ballpark is tonight because of the wind, how hard is the infield?
It's just as offensive as the wind. Very hard. Look out. And a full count.
It's a big pitch. I mean, you're ticked off about giving him a home run, but I think he's more upset about the walk that followed the home run.
Likely you see Brito go here. He does. And this is tapped slowly to Panic. And Panic throws out Goldschmidt. Brito to second.
You know, Goldschmidt, you just think, well, he plays the position first base. He's a power guy. He can run, and he will steal a base. He's got down that line well.
So here's Peralta. Peralta 245 with a home run, 7 driven in. And a strike, and it's 0-1. On deck is Brandon Drury. Hit on the ground. 2 outs, 2 Panic.
And that's really what you're going to see a lot of with Chris Heston. You're going to see a lot of ground balls. He's a sinker ball guy. In most clubs in the National League, he'd be in the rotation. Here in San Francisco, he is the 6th man. So he kind of goes into the bullpen. And he takes a start if somebody heats up, miss a start, or somebody has a rough outing. He comes in early.
So here's Drury.
And he's embraced that role. I mean, when he got to the club this year at spring training, they told him what his role is going to be. And he said, fine, I mean, it's going to make me more compact in getting ready. I'll learn how to warm up like a reliever. Immediately started seeing the positives out of the new role.
1 ball and 1 strike. Drury 379. 4 big flies, 11 runs batted in. One and 2.
That's good sink. When he gets that ball down around the knees, it gets big time movement. It drops down and into a righty, away from a lefty.
And he struck him out on 3 straight pitches. Segura with the home run. Giants are coming up.
It's a great day to shop where you'll
coming up. And here's Bruce Bochy's lineup. It'll be Span to lead it off, followed by Panic, Duffy, and Buster Posey. Hunter Pencil in the 5th slot. Then it's Belt, Crawford. Heston will hit 8th and Pagan 9th.
On the hill tonight for the Diamondbacks will be the right-hander Kyle Drabek in his 3rd year at the big league level. 3 games this year at the varsity level. No record, no ERA. He was cruise, but 4 walks in 3 innings. You're going to see a fastball that's low 90s. He'll sink and cut. He's got a good changeup and a curveball. Those are his specialty pitches. 6'2", 205-pounder, 28 years of age. The son of Doug Drabek, former big leaguer. Let's take a look at the D-backs defense behind Drabek. Starting the outfield from left to right, it'll be Drury, Brito, and Peralta. Segura and Lamb on the left side of the infield. Owings and Goldschmidt on the right side. Tuffy Gozowicz. He'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
So here's Span. And Span takes the first pitch down low. Span at 250. A couple of home runs, 11 driven in. And he bounces this one foul. You can see how quick the infield is and how hard that dirt is in front of home plate.
Well, what does that do to an infielder?
Well, it makes you want to back up on every ball hit to you. And that's totally against what you really should do.
I asked Brandon Crawford, Joe Panik, and Matt Duffy what was harder, the parking lot or the infield. They all said the infield. And I also asked them if they were going to miss this infield, and they all collectively said no.
Yeah, you know, and the thing about it, Mike, is there isn't anything you can do about it if you're the grounds crew. I mean, you can water it every inning, but it's like this in every park in the desert. It's like this at Chase Field.
Chase Field, where the Diamondbacks play their regular games during the season. And you're right, it is one of the hardest infields in the National League. Is it something you can get used to as an infielder?
You just don't. Span takes the walk. So there's the walk you're talking about.
Well, that has been the one problem with this spring. I mean, he hasn't given up any runs, but has 5 walks now in 3 innings. And he's throwing a lot more innings in other games on the spring training statistics page. For example, Matt Cain threw a 5 1/3 today against the Chicago Cubs, a minor league team. Then he pitched great, but that won't show up on your spring training stat sheet.
Here's Joe Panik, who takes a call strike. Slow start for Joe, and then he got red hot. He's hitting .291. But the key for Joe Panik is his back is fine. High down the left field line. Drury a long run, and it's just foul. Had to be careful. The wind almost blew that ball right back into fair territory.
Well, you're right. I mean, the wind is coming across the field from left to right with a little bit of an angle towards right center. But as hard as it's blowing, a pop up like that, I mean, it definitely could bring it back into play. Lights here at Scottsdale Stadium are not, the light towers are not as high as you see at a big league field. And because of that, you don't have great perspective on a lot of balls in the air. But one thing the Giants have done this year is that they've played more night games. But the idea is you got to get used to them.
Yes, you do. So it's 0-2 to Panik with Matt Duffy on deck.
Come here.
Center field hit well. Brito is way out there in the dark, and he makes the catch. And that'll bring up Duffy. Duffy's been hot. He's right at 292. With Buster Posey to follow. Inside corner for a called strike.
Buster Posey, Hunter Pence chalking up.
Span thought about it, and Gozowicz digs it out. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Any doubt that the Diamondbacks have tried to win a lot of their games this spring? You see the footwork by Span. Coming into the game yesterday, the D-backs were 20-4. And they lost 2 games yesterday. Well, they had 3 ties.
I think that they're trying to change the culture, and I think they put an emphasis on it this year. Get used to that feeling. They've had a great spring. I mean, they by far have the best record in the Cactus League.
On the ground to third. Lamb and a double play. So they go around the horn. Lamb, Owings, Goldschmidt. D-backs coming up.
Hi.
A ticket to the home opener against the Dodgers and 3 other games starting at $199. And the Red Sox pack, which includes interleague games versus the Blue Jays, Orioles, and of course the Red Sox, starting at $99. Go to sfgiants.com/mini-pack for more information.
Here's Jake Lamb, curveball for a strike. So we see the first curveball from Chris Heston. 1-0 D-backs. Lamb with 3 home runs, 13 driven in, hitting .391. And there's a swing and a miss, 0-2.
Saw him last year when the season opened up, and he was absolutely the show the first series.
Yeah, against the Giants.
I think he hit 3 home runs. He wound up with 6 on the year, but he looked like he was going to be the next Babe Ruth.
Chris Owings on deck, and then Gozowicz. Look out. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Heston upset about that. He wanted to come with the sinker on the inside part of the plate, bring that movement on the inside corner for a strikeout. And he wound up cutting that movement. So slapped at the ball in disgust. But those are the subtleties that pitchers are trying to iron out as they get ready for the season.
More work for Joe Panik. All right, let's check out our Togo's big play the Togo's way. It happened in New York City on June 9th last year. It was Chris Heston who just spun a no-hitter. He struck out Ruben Tejada for the last out. He had 11 strikeouts. He hit 3 Mets that night. 17th no-hitter in franchise history, and a 3rd by a rookie. Here's Owens, who takes a strike.
Well, they picked the right town to do it in.
Yeah. They'll put you on the map. You do it in that town.
Plus, you know, it's pretty cool as he goes through life, retires out of the game a few years. He's going to say, yeah, I threw a no-hitter against the Mets in New York. And, oh, by the way, that was the year they went to the World Series, won the National League pennant. Believe me, that'll come up in a conversation.
Swing. You're going to miss 1 and 2. Two balls, 2 strikes.
Throw a lot of curveballs tonight. It's a good one. That's where wind will help you. If you're throwing into it, you'll get a sharper break, bigger break.
Line to left. Pagan is going to get it on a hop. Here's the throw into second. And it shoots by everybody. But Heston backs it up.
Pagan did a nice job of cutting that ball off down the line. And remember now, he's learning left field. And that play as you go to your right to get a ball and get set up to get off a throw. I mean, that's technique. Quickly hits his cutoff man. I don't think it would have made a difference with Owens' speed, but still, this is a technique that he has learned and learned well here this spring.
So here's Gozowicz.
Spent your whole career as a center fielder, as Pagan has. When you get on the line playing left field, it changes a little bit. That's one of the plays you have to learn.
Yeah, all the angles change. You're right. Gozowicz in the 8th spot takes a pitch wide. He's under 200 at 147. He's got 5 hits and 34 at bats. And it's low, so it's 2-0.
Gozowicz, good little player. Good ball blocker. Local kid. Born here, grew up here, went to Arizona State.
Uh-oh, the hat's off. Nah, that only counts during the regular season. Duffy wrestles this one to Belt.
That was a heavy sinker. Right off the end of the bat for Gozowicz. I guarantee he's feeling the bees in his fingers as he's heading back to the dugout.
So here's Drabek. Just outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Giants will open up against the Brewers. D-backs will open up against the Rockies. There's a strike. Giants will open up on the road. Arizona will open up here at home. They get the Rockies for 3, and then they get the mighty Cubs for 4. Outside corner, 1 and 2.
It's good strike zone if you're a pitcher.
Yeah.
As we mentioned, the first time we've seen played up our Stu Sherwater.
Put him on the plane tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Curveball. Got him, and they'll end the inning. Buster Posey's going to lead things off. Here on a windy night in the desert, it's 1-0 D-backs.
CSN Bay Area is brought to you by AAA. Get an insurance quote from AAA by March 31st, and you'll get a free carry-all tote. Restrictions apply. Go to AAA branch for details.
Here at Scottsdale Stadium, it's 1-0 D-backs. We get a chance now to visit with Giants bench coach, and throughout his career with the Giants as a coach, he's coached just about everything, and that's Ron Wotus. So, Woody, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure, guys. Good to be with you.
Hey, I was looking in the press guide as Buster Posey stands in, facing Kyle Drabeck. The 28 years in one organization. That's pretty impressive. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And your first big league job here, you were in your 30s.
A long time ago, wasn't it?
With no gray hair.
Yeah, I know.
Posey taps it to third, and Lamb's going to throw him out. So, young and spry, maybe not as you were 17 years ago, but you still got a lot of love for it, don't you?
Absolutely. I mean, come on. What else would you rather do than work in baseball, something you love to do? And you slow down a little bit. It's definitely a grind, and especially down here in the spring, there's long days, but I wouldn't want to be doing anything else.
This is the hardest time of the year, I would assume, for the coaches, is you get here early and you stay late, and there isn't anything you can do about it.
Well, we're really looking forward to getting out of here for that fact. I mean, the games at this point, they're academic. Everybody's healthy. They're in shape, and that's when you want to get out of here. And it can't come soon enough. All the games that we've played, the weather's hot, so it just wears on you a little bit. And it'll be really good to get up and breathe some fresh air in San Francisco.
What are your expertise as the infielders? You've been teaching it for a long time. You get this young group that you have basically manicured and handcrafted, and they're all good big leaguers in the infield. But now you have them on a hard infield here in Arizona. I mean, is that good in a way for an infielder?
Well, it can mess you up just a little bit. I mean, earlier this week, Duffy, the fields were so hard, he's getting all these chopped balls in front of home plate. Ball will chop in front of home plate and bounce right over the third baseman's head, and he was getting some in-between hops, and he was losing some confidence.
There's Hunter Pence, as he will take a hard turn.
So he came to me and, said, what's going on? And, hey, it's more difficult when the field's as hard as they are. You get an in-between hop, the ball really shoots up, and the fields aren't like that during the season. So that sun really bakes these infields, and it really doesn't do any good other than start to lose a little confidence if you're not making the plays.
Well, I was telling Mike, a lot of times what happens is the infield's so hard, what you start to do as an infielder is you start to move back when a ball's hit instead of moving forward. And it does just totally mess you up. As here's Belt, and Belt hits a high fly ball to left. Drury's going to put it away, so that's out number 2. But overall, as Mike said, I mean, you really have to be proud, as well as the organization, when you look at the homegrown infield. I mean, it's really fabulous.
Yeah, it is, Dwayne. It's a lot of fun to have had a chance to work with these guys coming through the system. They know our system. They know, how we like to do things and the relationships that we've all been able to build over the last few years. And they're like playing together. I mean, Crawford and Duffy and Belt and Panic, I mean, they're good friends. And I know it's special for them, but it's also special for me having the chance to work with them and being homegrown. So hopefully we'll have another good defensive year with these guys.
Another thing, too, Woody, you're being asked to teach guys literally a position here at the big league level. We saw it last year with Kelly Tomlinson, a natural shortstop. He came to the second base opening because of an injury to Joe Panic, and you had just days to teach him to pivot at second base. How do you accept a challenge like that as a coach?
Well, you do. You look forward to that challenge. I mean, that's our job, to try to help the player. And because of supply and demand, you take the best player in the minor leagues, sometimes help the big league club, and they may not have played the position as Tomlinson did not. So you look forward to those challenges. They're all infielders. It's a little bit easier to teach an infielder a new infield position than it is to take an outfielder and teach him the infield, or an infielder and teach him the outfield. So, Tommy's going to have his hands full this year. Now he's going to have to move all over. He hasn't played many games at third. And he's going to have to do that. And he's going to have to do that now. So we got a lot of work ahead of us, not only at third base and at second base, but learning how to move around the infield and still perform.
All right, Wody, thanks.
My pleasure. Good being with you.
Okay. You got it. 1-0 D-backs. Is Gene Segura, who's responsible for that score. Stands in and he takes a pitch for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Top of the order. Segura, Brito, and then Goldschmidt. The video game numbers for Segura this spring.
28 for 52.
And a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Giants give Segura the line on the first base side, playing me with the bag on the third base side.
Breaking ball. This was the home run by Segura in the very first inning.
Just a hanging sinker. Bell high, and I'm telling you what, he didn't feel that one.
Past belt, and another hit for Segura.
He is dialed right now. Well, Friday, April 22nd is golf night presented by Swingin' Skirts LPGA Classic. Your special event package will include a game ticket to see the Giants take on the Marlins and a bobblehead of World Golf Hall of Famer and Bay Area native Julie Inkster, a personal hero of ours. Reminder, to receive the bobblehead, you need to get a ticket. Call 415-972-2298.
Here's Socrates Brito, who takes a pitch low. 1 ball and no strikes.
Lemonade guy is cranking right now.
He's letting it fly. By the way, I just watched Brito take a long look down to third, and one of our family favorites is coaching third.
Matt Williams. You can put him in any unit you want. He was manager of the Nationals last couple of years. Here he's with the Diamondbacks and been with them several years. A long time, really, as a player and a coach. Still a Giant. In my mind, he'll always be the guy that we saw walk into the Giants clubhouse back in the mid-'80s.
It's in his mind, too, Mike.
He was a good Giant.
He is. You can't say it, but it's true.
I mean, you knew right away that he was going to be a player.
He's the best. 2-0 to Socrates Brito. Hit well to Pagan. Segura's going to tag. And he stops. 1 out. Matt Williams' rookie year, he must have gone big leagues AAA about 5 different times. But you knew eventually when he figured it out, he was going to stay for a long time, and he did. He was a shortstop when the Giants drafted him.
First round pick out of UNLV.
Breaking ball for a strike to Goldschmidt. Segura with good speed at first. Belt holding him tight. And he goes. And Posey's throw on the money. Got him.
And that is the big leagues. We're making our Ford right choice. And it had to be perfect because Segura had a good jump. He's thinking he's got this base stolen. He does everything right. Head down. And Posey with a perfect strike, and they get him. And that's what you have to do at this level. Posey's unload time 1.86. And that is better than average with great location. He didn't get any better than that.
Got him. Heston finishes the inning strong, and he will lead things off.
It's a great day to
of San Francisco Giants baseball? Well, log on to csnbarea.com as insider Alex Pavlovich provides wire-to-wire reporting of the Giants this season. Breaking news, videos, special features, and more only on csnbarea.com. There's Alex. Here's Heston, who can hit a little bit. And he takes a pitch down low. 1 ball and no strikes. Alex has been down here for most of the time, as you would imagine. If you're going to be the insider, right, you got to be around. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, he's a guy that everybody in that Giants clubhouse respects and trusts. And he does. I mean, he works hard. He gets a lot of great stuff. I know we check him out every day.
2 balls and a strike.
Chris Heston can hit. Definitely has a clue with that bat in his hands.
Giants had the best hitting pitchers in the National League last year. And he's part of the reason why.
Well, it's part of the reason why Bruce Bochy is going to have the pitchers hit in the 8th spot a lot this year. Jeff Samardzija, just a new addition to the Giants family this year. He can hit.
On the ground and a base hit.
Can hit. Nice swing. Put yourself in position with that lower body. Keep your head on it. The two essentials to being a guy that can be successful at the plate.
Here's Pagan. 371. He put on a massive display of power during batting practice.
From both sides. Lefty, righty. He is in tremendous shape. He's fought through some pretty significant injuries the last couple of years, and that's all he wants this year is health. And that's the spring he's had. Solid 371.
At the knees, a ball and a strike. 3rd inning. Billy Hayes helping Heston out at first. 1-0 Arizona on the Segura home run. Drabek, Segura, Goldschmidt.
Yeah, a nice play, too, by Kyle Drabek. I mean, that ball got out of him quick. The tendency when you get a ball hit at you quick is to try and turn it quick. You've got time. Gets himself set, square to a target. Good feed to Segura, and Segura finishes it off. Pagan is not an easy guy to double up.
Here's Span. And a bit high. Span drew a walk to open up the bottom of the 1st inning. Swing and a miss. Panic to follow if Span were to reach.
Interesting conversation with Denard Span before the game, Kipe, about the difference training here in Arizona. His whole career, he's trained in Florida. He lives in Florida. He says he likes it. He said, but it took him a while to get used to the desert because it was hard on his sinuses. It was so dry here. He's never experienced that.
Well, it's true. But Scottsdale, Arizona, not a bad place to train.
Not a bad place to see a game either. Out there on the berms behind the outfield fence.
Span taking all the way, 3-2.
He won't always do that too. He's got some power. He may set you up early in the game, 3-1 pitch. You'll lay it in there and he'll take it. Then later on in the game, he may jump on it, try and hurt you. He can do that.
And he'll walk for the 2nd time.
That's a good at bat right there. That's one he'll like. Those are the type of at bats you look for as a player as you get close to the bell ringer. Because basically he's got a pretty good idea of the strike zone, because that wasn't a bad pitch. Early in the spring, perhaps he swings at that because he doesn't have a defined strike zone.
Panik hit a fly ball to deep center field in the first inning. Well, with 2 outs, there's a really good chance Span's going to go, or at least you would think.
Draybeck's not an easy guy to steal on. Real quick out of the stretch, and Tuffy Gozowicz, the D-backs catcher, is another guy who's very compact. Is a very quick release from behind the plate.
So Span's going to end up down to second anyway.
Watch Span react with the secondary lead, anticipate. Easy take, and take a look at third. Why not?
One and 0 to Joe Panik. Ball and 1 strike. So Draybeck pulling the string.
Yeah, it's not a pure changeup. Looks like it's a kind of a BP fastball right between a changeup and his regular fastball. His regular fastball will go right around 90. But he's showing nice touch.
Pitches for Kyle Draybeck. And a bouncing ball to Owings at second base, and that'll end the inning. Through 3, a Segura home run, the difference.
Bay Area is brought to you by the law offices of Stephen Moskowitz. Aggressive, accessible, experienced tax lawyers. Call Moskowitz LLP at 888-TAX-DEAL.
1-0 Arizona. Is David Peralta who's going to lead things off. Peralta bounced out to Panik in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. Started out his pro career as a pitcher, and he tried that for 3 years. And he said, then he had some shoulder problems. And now he's in cleanup. There's a call strike.
He doesn't look like a pitcher. He looks like a hitter.
Oh.
That guy looks like a pitcher.
And the pitch is high, 2-2.
Yeah, that's where he wanted it, though. He had a 1-2 count. He tried to elevate, change that sight line, and come across the chest. Ooh. Yeah, Heston thought he had him. Buster Posey asking Stu Sherwater, the plate umpire, where was that? One thing we found out about Sherwater is he's a low ball umpire. He'll call that strike around the knees. You're not going to get many around the belts.
So here's Drury. Drury struck out in the first. Heston's got 3 strikeouts. And a strike. Drury looks down to Matt Williams. And a base hit. And here's Jake Lamb.
Third baseman, number 22, Jake Lamb.
Lamb bounced out to Panic. And a breaking ball down low. Heston will get a lot of double plays. He needs one here. Drabek has thrown 2 double play balls. Check swing to the backstop. 1 ball and 1 strike.
He swung as hard as that ball was thrown. Big, slow curveball. Big, slow swing. And they've given Lamb a steady diet of breaking stuff. If you get that reputation as a guy that swings as hard as they throw it, you're going to see nothing but soft stuff.
And a base hit to right field. They're going to wave in Peralta. He will score. To third goes Drury.
Tried to sneak a fastball by him and not having it. I didn't think this pitch was that up. Let's take a look at the location. They set up in the outside corner. It's down, but down and in. Just drops the bat head on it. Boom. The one hard pitch he saw in that whole sequence, he jumped on it. Now, if you're pitching, you're thinking, that is the last time I'm throwing that guy a fastball ever. To yourself.
Buster's going to go out and have a word. Owings doubled in the second. This is where, if you're Heston, and he knows this, you just limit the damage.
Yeah, just pitch for the ground ball. Try and get 2 outs. You give up a run to get 2 outs here. But he's right. Everything he throws up there can get a ground ball. Doesn't have to throw sinkers at you.
And a base hit. Pagan wisely goes to second to keep the double play in order. Drury scores. Lamb to third. So a walk and 3 straight singles.
Little breaking ball had some hang time on it. And he has not hung many breaking balls. And Mark Gardner Giants acting pitching coach with Dave Righetti not here tonight. Mark Gardner, who's normally the bullpen, coming out. And I think for a couple reasons. Number one, give him a breather. He has got 63 pitches into this outing tonight. But he may have seen something on the way he released that pitch where he might want to shorten him up. And you got 30 seconds to do it. If you're a pitching coach, you have a mound visit, you got 30 seconds. Go get him.
See, the first pitching coach that's going to get thrown out of a game likely be within the first 2 weeks of the season.
It's going to happen. And it's going to happen by design.
I mean, the pitching coach is going to go out there, right, with a little attitude anyway because his pitcher's getting lit. So he's not going to be in a great mood.
No.
Mazzaro is in the bullpen. One ball and no strikes. And a strike to even the count.
But think about it. I mean, probably 50% at least of the mound visits that pitching coaches make are to give somebody in the bullpen a chance to get loose. Or as we talked about, give a guy a breather. Well, you know, you'd get out there and you'd stay out there till an umpire came and got you off. Took as much time as you could. Now all of a sudden you got 30 seconds, period. It changes everything.
Two balls and one strike. There's Mazzaro. Two and two.
Much more effective getting that curveball down. And Gozowicz steps out and has a word with himself. Not happy chasing anything out of the strike zone. So bottom line is I think the 30 seconds is too short. I do.
Three and two.
Tried to zip line him with a sneak attack fastball and a 2-2 count after putting him to sleep with a bunch of soft stuff.
Runner goes. Foul. Gozowicz is going to go get some lumber. The pitcher, Kyle Drabek, is on deck. 2 runs scored here in the fourth. It's 3-0.
Now the old fake to third, throw to first, or fake to third, fake to first. Those days are over. If you're going to go to third base, you got to throw it to third base. And we're seeing a lot of teams put that pickoff play on in spring training. It's a timing play. And you've got to make a perfect throw because there's nobody backing up the third baseman if it gets down the line.
Runner goes. Got him. Posey bluffs. And a stolen base for Owens. And Drabek will be the hitter.
Pitcher, number 31, Kyle Drabek.
So here's Drabek.
You know what Boch is thinking about? The plane ride to San Francisco tomorrow. And I think I can speak for everybody down here. I mean, they've been here a long time. For the coaches, they got down here middle of February. Right after the Fan Fest, they left. Coaches get here ahead of the players. Equipment guys who get here ahead of the coaches. They all want to go north. And that's every team in both the Cactus League and the Grapefruit League.
There's a strike, 0-2. Buster gets it close. Heston's covering. No play. Lamb scores. Heston's got to be upset with that because you got the pitcher out. Well, I know you want to keep the ball down.
Breaking ball, set up, and he just throws a scud out there. And if that ball bounces that far in front of home plate and it comes up high, the catchers have no idea what it's going to do. And you're right, Heston is upset with himself.
For that reason. Five strikeouts. Here's Gene Segura, who is 2 for 2. By the way, the guy that's really having, like I said, a lot of these D-backs hitters are having great springs, but the guy who is going to play short, Nick Ahmed, is hitting .418 this spring with 23 hits. Segura, if he's going to play, it's going to be at second base.
Well, he's making a pretty good argument for himself to get some playing time. He hit .500. That'll wake up a few coaches, managers, general managers.
Heston's going to be careful. 2-0. So would I.
It's probably going to be his last hitter no matter what. We talked about the 80 pitches being about where they wanted to extend him. And he's going deep in the gas tank in this inning.
Three and 1. Owings is at third. Foul.
Sounds like he got another bat. He's broken about 4 tonight. Sinker ballers and guys with cutters, they could break some wood.
Duffy's got to hurry. Got him. Duffy with a nice play. He's going to lead things off. 2 runs, make it 3 runs for the D-backs, and they lead 4-0.
This may look like a
the San Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
Well, San Francisco Giants spring training baseball is live at the MLB.com at-bat app. Stay connected all spring with radio broadcasts, video highlights, stats, news, and more information about George Contos. Download MLB.com at-bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your smartphone and tablet.
So here's Matt Duffy, who takes a strike. And joining us will be the pride of Niles West High School outside of Chicago is George Contos. George?
Yes, sir. How you guys doing?
We're doing our homework.
Yeah, you nailed it. You nailed it.
I did say a star at Niles West High School.
That's right. I appreciate that.
It says here, basketball, football, baseball, soccer. Man.
Nope, you got a few of those wrong. I didn't play football. I played golf instead. My parents wouldn't let me play football.
Oh, there you go. Your parents are ahead of everybody's time right now. That's fouled out of play down the right field line.
Smart people.
George, tell us where you are right now. I mean, you had enough spring. Are you ready to go?
Oh, after yesterday, absolutely. You know, it's one of those things where you get down here, you get your work in, and you know, I got that one oof outing out of the way yesterday where timing was a little bit off, but I've been feeling really, really good. I've been throwing the ball well for the most part, and definitely ready to head back to the West Coast.
But isn't it like for a pitcher here in Arizona during spring training, like a disaster is waiting to happen at any time?
Yeah, you know, if you have one of those days where you're up in the zone, these ballparks aren't very big, and the ball flies, and the wind's usually blowing out. So it can be a long day in a hurry if you're not on top of your game out here. So, you know, we leave tomorrow and looking forward to getting back out to the Bay.
Well, Duffy's going to have at least a double. As Drury kicked it around, so Giants have a runner at second with nobody out.
When you come to camp, and you're one of those guys that really, your off-season regimen, it's almost like you scale down your workouts when the season starts compared to what you do in the off-season. You come in great shape. What are your checklist points that you want to check off one by one as you go through spring training to get ready for the season?
You know, the biggest thing for me is just his fastball location and location of the secondary pitches. You know, as you guys know, I'm a guy who, you know, my fastball isn't a Osage or a Strickland, so I have to live down in the zone on both sides of the plate, just make sure my sinker's sinking, and being able to locate my secondary pitches to both sides of the plate and behind in the count. And for the most part, I've been able to do that this spring, and I've been feeling good. The arm strength's there. You know, the velocity has been kind of right where it was last year where I left off, so everything has been feeling great.
I have to tell you, George, that as long as we've known you, and you know, for a while there, you were back AAA, big leagues, and every time we would see you after you came back from AAA, you're always in a good mood, and you always told us the same thing. And you remember what that is?
What's that?
I got a new pitch. So we counted the times. You have 9 new pitches.
Yeah.
So you've whittled it down now to what, 4?
5, I think. If you're counting all the different kinds of fastballs, I think it's 5.
All right, well, that's not bad. As Hunter Pence skies one to right, and Peralta's going to put it away. But I'm not saying it is a bad thing.
No, you know, I was told from, I'm not sure who it was. It might have been you, Kruk, a few years ago, that it's always good to add. Never subtract. It's always good to add. So I started tinkering with the cutter a couple years back, and now that's turned into a huge pitch for me. And last year I started tinkering with the curveball, and now I'm very confident throwing that to lefties, righties, behind the count, backdooring it. So, you know, it's always great to have more options to show the hitters, that's for sure.
I guess that's the beauty of the bullpen, right? You start talking to guys and you learn different pitches.
Yeah, you know, absolutely. You know, there are guys in our bullpen now who, you know, they'll be watching us warm up before we go in the game, and they'll see something they like, and the next day they'll come in and you know, ask how I grip that, or I'll ask somebody else how they throw their curveball or whatever, and we all share with each other because we're all here for the common goal, and that's to win ball games. That's
a double for Belt. It gives the Giants a run here in the 4th.
Oh, he absolutely smothers this thing. Gets some topspin on it. That's the only thing that kept it in the ballpark. And he absolutely jumps on it. He has had a very loud spring. They made a location mistake with the fastball, set up away, missed in, and he was right there to jump on it. And it did not take long to get to the wall. If he has backspin on it, that's way out of here.
So here's Crawford. We're with George Contos, who has done something nobody else has been able to do, and that's get the Giants a run. Way to go, George. And Belt's going to be picked off. Way to go, George. You got picked off.
You're the one who jinxed it, not me.
Killing me. All right, George, thanks. Just 4-1 D-backs. To check out the Giants TV schedule and what it looks like coming up. The Bay Bridge series will start on Thursday night, and we'll have that for you right here on CSN Bay Area, followed by the Friday game on NBC Bay Area. The Saturday game in Oakland is going to be on CSN California, and that'll be with Glenn and Ray Fosse. And then a week from tonight, we'll have opening day, and that'll be next Monday at 11 a.m. It'll be the Giants and the Brewers. Giants pregame live at 10:30. Right here on CSN.
New pitcher now for the Giants will be Braulio Lara. See what he has done this spring. Hard thrower. And 8 strikeouts in 6 1/3 and just 2 walks, and that's significant. And you watch this guy throw, you wonder why has he not been in the big leagues sooner. He's 27 years old, and this will be his 9th year of professional baseball. And as I mentioned, a lefty that throws as hard as he does, he's a mid-90s plus guy. It has been his control, and at times it has really caused him problems.
Brito fouls it back. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. We're in the 5th.
In Lara's minor league career, 507 innings, he struck out 500 guys, but he's walked 275. And that is where the Giants feel that they can improve that. And they've done it this spring. He's really put himself on the map.
Good breaking ball, 1 and 2. That's a Jeremy Affeldt breaking ball.
I miss that guy.
Yeah, hopefully Jeremy's watching somewhere. Probably wondering if everybody's missing him. And we are. Got him swinging. Posey blocks it and throws him out. And that'll bring up Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt has bounced out and struck out.
Backs it up, high leg kick. Take a breaking ball, move it down below the zone when you're heading to count 1-2. And let's take a look at the classic high leg kick. High 3/4 release. See ya. Grab some pine, meat.
So here's Goldschmidt. 97, is that what I just saw?
Yeah, and it's kind of a lazy arm 97. It kind of reminds you a little bit of Jonathan Sanchez. Jonathan Sanchez was a low 3/4. Lara's a higher release, but it's a long arm, lazy delivery, and at 97 it really gets on you quick. What they have tried to do is just to get him more consistent to the arm slot, because at times you can see he threw both those fastballs as hard as he could. One at 97, one 94. And he will at times cut power off of his delivery by not clearing his hips in time. And it also affects his ability to hold a consistent release, which explains the high walk total in his career. But he's got great stuff. A little quick pitch effort there. I think anybody who hangs around Johnny Cueto is going to try a quick pitch.
Well, the whole staff's going to be doing it by June.
So what does that do to an infielder?
Yeah, you got to be on your toes. That's right. You got to know who's doing it, because you want to be on your toes. And past the diving panic with Goldschmidt with a base hit. And that'll bring up Peralta.
So we talk about a hard infield, with how hard it is on ground balls to put you on your heel. I mean, what does it feel like when you dive on a hard infield?
Really? Ugh. Did I have to?
Not fun.
Here's Peralta. Center field, Span on the move. Span on the move. He's not going to get it. It bounces high up against that high center field wall. Peralta's going to stop at second. Goldschmidt scores. And that'll bring up Drury.
Let's take a look at Peralta getting through a fastball knee high over the middle. Tough to throw a fastball by these guys, and Peralta goes right back up the middle. And Span never had a chance. Mentioned the speed of Goldschmidt, an easy score for him from first base. You see that little afterburner that he can kick it into. And those are some severe breaks right there. I thought he had a chance to get three.
Yeah. I would much rather take my chances of trying to get to third than to try to stop like that. Like 5 things bad that can happen when you stop, like blowing out tendons and.
Maybe he missed the bag. I think he did. That was not a stop sign from Matt Williams. That was, I missed the bag and I got to go back. Wow, that'll definitely make your kneecaps bark.
Camera guys right off the bat.
Nice.
Huh? Maybe on another broadcast, they don't catch that.
Not here, baby.
That's foul.
No stop sign for Matt Williams.
One ball and one strike.
Just a wee bit low.
Jake Lamb on deck, and then Chris Owings. Two and two.
If you're Lauer, you're thinking, man, I just threw a fastball by this guy. Maybe I could do it again. Well, nobody's shaking off Buster Posey. Let's see what Posey calls.
Runner goes. Foul.
Tell you what, Peralta could have stolen that standing up. That's the jump of the Cactus League right here. Watch this jump. That ball doesn't get fouled off. Posey's in, have to eat that one. You have to vary the looks that you give the runner at second. I mean, you come up, set, look one time. Come up, set, look 2 times. Come up, set, don't look. You just can't get predictable. They can time your look. They will burn you.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Ball gets away from Buster Posey, and Peralta's going to get to third.
That ball is taken off. Unpredictability it really makes it hard for a catcher to catch a guy. They set up on the outside part of the plate. This ball cuts across at a high velocity, and it's just imagine what a big league catcher feels like, especially now with a runner at third base. That's a healthy swing.
3-2 to Brandon Drury.
Compared Lara with Jonathan Sanchez. Jonathan Sanchez, another guy who was not easy to catch. Unpredictable movement.
Panic. Nice play. Freezes the runner. 2 down. I'm telling you, if you're going to play this on this infield, that's where I would like to play.
On the grass?
Right on the cut of the grass. No
Just
bad
take the
hops.
dirt parts out, huh?
Take the dirt out. So here's Lamb. Lamb knocked in a run with a base hit in the 4th. It's 5-1 Arizona here in the 5th. One ball and no strikes.
You ask a big league catcher, who are the tough guys to catch? The guys that aren't really sure not only where it's going, but what their movement's going to be. It's not relaxed. Some guys you can catch with a shower shoe. Johnny Cueto, Matt Cain, put a target up, they're going to hit it. Bumgarner, I mean, he's easy to catch in that regard. You don't give any surprises. But Brawley and Lara, he's a surprise. But if he's tough to catch, you know he's tough to hit too. It's just a matter of being able to harness some of that movement, be a little more predictable.
It's precisely what you said about why does a guy that throws this hard have spent all those years in the minor leagues? And then you're not going to get anything close.
Well, you're right. I mean, with any umpire, if you put it in his mind that you're not a strike thrower, you're not going to get many corners. And watch this ball just take off and sail. He'll definitely put a bruise on a big league catcher's hand. Because you're not catching every fastball in the sweet spot, that's for sure.
Here's Chris Owings with 2 outs. And a strike. And he throws it down the right field line. Scoring is Peralta. To third goes Lamb.
Just kind of lowers his arm angle and throws at like a high sidearm, and there she goes. Now Mark Gardner going to come out and just try and calm Lara down. I mean, it's not going well for him right now. He's a little wild. Oh, this could be a violation. Very close.
So it's no balls and 1 strike.
I'm not going to let this 30-second thing go. No, I'm not. It's not right.
We'll see if the umpires let it go.
Well, Shearwater, the plate umpire, I mean, he was tailing him. 5 seconds left. He was heading right out there.
Out of play.
But I mean, last year with what they did to try and eliminate some of the wasted time in the game, got guys in the batter's box. They actually had a time limit on when you could pitch the ball or when you had to pitch the ball. They all worked. I think baseball cut about 7 minutes off its average time. Well, if they could do something similar to that this year, I'm all for it. But I mean, give them 35 or 40 seconds. Some of these pitching coaches, they can't get out there and back in 30 seconds if their life depended on it.
One and two to Chris Owings. Two and two. Lara struck out Brito to open up the inning. Hunter Pence will give chase, but that's going to be foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Last game of the year here at Scottsdale Stadium. Another sellout crowd. The fans have just been so supportive of the Giants here in Scottsdale. And all the folks that have helped put these games on have just done a tremendous job. The Scottsdale Charros is really a group of guys and women that you just can't applaud loud enough. They just are fantastic at what they do.
And that'll end the inning. 2 runs on the board. 6-1 D-backs.
Wieners.
We're going to talk about Giants history in Scottsdale. 2016 is the 35th straight season the Giants have trained here in Scottsdale. They remodeled this ballpark in 1992. The Giants have trained in Arizona since 1947 with one exception. In 1951, they switched sites with the Yankees and trained in St. Petersburg, Florida. And that is your McDonald's True Stories. This is back in the 80s. There was no berms beyond the outfield walls. It was really Fort Scottsdale, because that's what it looked like from outside. We just teased it, always called it Fort Apache. But Will Clark was a hit here. Candy Maldonado a hit here. And they did have a knothole gang, a real knothole gang. There they are. Our McDonald's True Stories.
So here's Brandon Crawford. Andrew Chafin is the new pitcher.
Take a look at the numbers for Chafin. His strikeout totals are up. 6 strikeouts, 4 1/3. Chafin got a little over a year's time at the big league level. And he's got a good fastball. He'll go mid-90s consistently.
Crawford bounced out to second. He's 0 for 1. Kelby Tomlinson is on deck. Crawford, a good swing and a foul. Straight back, 2-2. Zach Borenstein is in right field. Peralta out of the game. Two pitch. Got him.
Good breaking ball there. Last year, Chafin, 56 hits allowed, 75 innings, and he had 58 strikeouts. You can see with his payoff pitch, he gets you in a 2-strike hole after showing you nothing but fastballs and hammers with a breaking ball. That's a rough at bat.
So here's Tomlinson. Tomlinson has done a really nice job, hitting .269. And the one thing that he did this spring, and it had nothing to do with his bat, was he showed everybody that he could play short. Maybe not every day, but he could play short if you needed him for a week or two. And the one thing that he will do is he'll give you a good at bat, especially with runners in scoring position.
And he's not an easy guy to strike out. Very compact swing. It'd be a good fight here down the count 1-2 to a guy with good strikeout stuff. But it has really become a player that has evolved in the game of baseball, with a lot of teams breaking camp and going with 13 pitchers right out of bed. You only have 4 guys on the bench in the National League, and those guys have to be able to do many things, play many positions.
A half swing, and they got him. Wow. And that's one where the D-backs are hoping Chafin walks away okay.
Well, you better be in shape. I mean, he gets whiplashed, and his head hits hard. And an excellent play, finds the bag and trips it. Watch the head snap back. But it's a fantastic play. It had to be a perfect feed from Goldschmidt, rather, I beg your pardon. And he nails it, but Chafin pays a price. This is an example of Goldschmidt. He earns his Gold Glove at first base.
He does. He's terrific.
I mean, that's a beautiful play, but it's not perfect like that. They have none chance to get him.
So here's Pagan. Pagan bounced into a double play, and here he hits one high and foul and out of play. In the dirt, 1-2.
You know, one thing about Chafin, I mean, a lot of times he would come into games last year out of the D-backs pen, and it would be a situational situation where he would face a lefty. Well, he could do both. I mean, he can get right-handers out. His stuff is that good. His command of the fastball is that good, and his secondary pitches are that good where he can get anybody out.
It's 1-2 to Pagan.
And I think a lot of guys in bullpens don't like to get labeled situational.
Certainly not at the beginning of their career in the bullpen. I don't think at times Javier Lopez likes to believe that he can pitch against righties or lefties. 2-2 pitch. And a full count with Span to follow.
A little reach back velocity there at 96. Situational situations. Think anybody's ever said that before?
First time this year.
It makes sense in baseball.
And that'll be a base hit.
That's a two-strike at that.
And here's Span.
Number 2, Span.
Get the box.
Span has walked twice, both against Drabek.
This would be a good challenge. And one thing about Bernard Span that always impressed us playing when the Giants played against him was how he hit left-handed pitching. Great opposite field approach.
And he looks at a strike, so Chafin right out gets ahead of the count. In the dirt, blocked, but not close enough for Gosewicz. A wild pitch.
Take a look at Gosewicz, who really is one of the better blockers in the National League. Let that chest protector become your glove. And watch again the read. Secondary read. And an easy take.
And the 1-1.
We talk about how baseball cut time last year getting hitters in the box. Bernard Span before last year was the slowest guy in the game taking his at-bats. It was very deliberate, big routine getting into every swing.
Lifted to left. Drury will battle the wind, and he puts it away to end the inning. No runs, a hit, one left through 5. 6-1 D-backs.
You can check out the $9 dynamic deals. That's right, $9. Dynamic deals for the Diamondback series. Don't miss your chance to get game tickets starting at just $9 bungeros. So go to sfgiants.com/dynamic deals.
6-1 D-backs. Corey Guerin is the new pitcher for the Giants.
Take a look at the spring that Guerin has had. It's been a good one. 9 strikeouts at 8 1/3. Guerin, 29 years old. He's a 3-year veteran, 6'3", 200-pounder. And a low 3/4 release gives him lots of sink. He will sink and cut the fastball. He's got a slurve and he's got a split. Gregor Blanco now comes into center field. Denard Span's evening has come to a conclusion. He got his 3 at-bats in.
Here's Tuffy Gosewich, and he takes a call strike. Gosewich is bounced out and he's struck out. Swing. He ain't gonna miss. Another good 2.
There were 2 guys that the Giants had camp this year that were out of options, and they both wound up making the team. ARI AT SFN, who will be a utility player, and Corey Guerin.
Just outside, 1-2.
Giants trimmed their roster down to 26 guys. And they are going to break camp with 13 pitchers, and there are 13 pitchers left, and Corey Guerin is one of them. And he certainly has earned the right to go north. He has had a nice spring.
Here's the 1-2, and it's outside 2-2.
Giants first saw Guerin when he came up with the Atlanta Braves back in 2011. Then he blew out an elbow. Tommy John missed the whole 2014 season. Then last year worked his way back to the big leagues, and here he is set to go north.
Popped him up. Panic doing the pop-up dance, puts it away.
Take a look at the motion from Guerin. Very compact motion to give you a couple of pumps. This is nobody on base. Head stays very still. And that's one thing that you watch his head, his eyes lock onto a target, and they never leave it. And a low 3/4 release. And at times it gets a little low where his elbow actually below his shoulder. It can stress at that elbow.
Chris Herman on the first pitch bounces out 4-3.
But he has not given up a lot of loud contact, and I think that's the one thing the Giants have loved about his spring. And really, they've loved it ever since they saw it last September, is the late movement that he has on his pitches.
Segura's 2 for 3, a home run and a single. First pitch low.
Not by much.
It's a good matchup for Corey Guerin, the guy that's swinging the bat about as hot as anybody in the Cactus League right now. And a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Should Segura reach, it'll be Brito who's on deck. Eight hits for Arizona.
First inning, first guy that Heston faced. Little hang and sinker, middle plate at the belt, and this is how it left earth.
3-1 pitch is a strike, 3-2.
We thought after we watched batting practice today we were going to see about 8 home runs in this game. But that was it. First guy up in the game, Segura.
Fouled off the backstop.
He's on everything.
He is.
He hadn't been fooled with one swing.
He is on everything. You're right.
Batting gloves gives you an idea how he lines those knuckles up. Tip for young kids. Line those knuckles up.
Keep it
Straight line or
loose.
close to it.
Got him. Big fellows are coming up. Panic, Duffy, Posey, Pence, Belton, Crawford. 6-1 D-backs. Same site that we're at now.
You play the ball right, and you keep the ball in front of you.
Willie Mays helping Kevin Mitchell when Mitchell was moved to the outfield.
See, I get there and then jump.
That old wooden fence.
Well,
Goodness, does that bring back memories?
I may be old, but I'm young.
I may be old, but I'm young.
Of course, fast pitch all the time. As soon as
Dusty was a hitting coach when Matt Williams got called up to the big leagues.
Okay. And if it's down, only thing I'm saying, if it's down, you got to go get it with the legs. Because you got strong legs, man. Use them.
And this was Mike and the family many years ago in the backyard in a rental here in Scottsdale. And I do believe that's at McCormick Ranch.
Yes, it was. My daughter Tessa, on her bicycle, she named Pinky Star Thundercloud Sparkle Diamond.
And that's who's on the mound facing Joe Panic. It's Jake Barrett.
Take a look at the spring he has had. It's been phenomenal. 9 innings, 9 and a third, 14 strikeouts, 1 walk, just 5 base hits, 6 base runners. And he has got some giddy up.
Jake Reinheimer is now at short. One to Panic, and that's a base hit. Comes in fast, goes out fast.
Well, comes in fast, goes out faster. You see Panic do this a lot, using the middle of the diamond. I mean, he almost takes all his stride out, just a little toe tap. Head stays very still, just almost like playing Pepper back up the middle. Barrett's a pure rookie. He has 0 big league time, but if you look at his minor league stats, they're pretty fantastic.
Here's Duffy. And Duffy takes a hard breaking ball for a called strike.
Barrett, a hard thrower, averaged just about a strikeout an inning. 182 strikeouts in 185 innings, 72 walks. Former third-round pick.
Tap to third, but it's going to roll foul.
Fourth inning, Matt Duffy steps up, rakes it right down the line for a double.
A quick 0-2. Barrett ahead of Duffy, with Posey on deck and Panic at first. Way outside, 1-2.
With Duffy, the one thing that impresses you if you watch him day in and day out is the way he controls the bat head. He uses the whole field.
On the ground, Goldschmidt just slows it down, and Duffy's aboard.
And we'll see him use right field a lot. Just consistently stays inside the ball. Doesn't slice balls to right field. He drives them. And Goldschmidt almost comes up with a great play. Just off the tip of the glove.
You do want to stop testing that guy, though.
Yeah, I'm convinced he's going to make every play that gets hit his way. But as it is, I mean, he prevented a first and third situation.
Yes, he did. Here's Buster Posey. Buster tonight has bounced out twice. Once to third and once to short. His birthday yesterday, 29.
6 years at the big league level.
Struck into center field. And Brito tracks it down.
Nice play.
Panic to third. So here's Pence.
Brito's jump had to be pure. That was right over his head. Good at bat. Turns out to be a big league hang with him.
Pence 1 for 2. 1 ball and no strikes. Got hit on the left wrist. You can see the pad. Matt Latos hit him on the wrist yesterday. And you don't ever really see Hunter Pence get angry, not on the ball field. And I make it sound like that means he gets angry at home a lot. That's not what I meant. You just, when you see him, he's pretty passive, but he had 2 angry words for Matt Latos.
You know, I asked him if he thought Latos was doing it on purpose. He said, no, I don't. He said, I watched the way he reacted after he did it, which hitters do. I mean, they watch how a pitcher reacts to it and when they drill you. And he goes, I just don't think that it was intentional. But you won't forget it. I mean, you remember all the guys that drilled you, every one of them.
Pretty much. 2 balls and a strike. Almost to the backstop. 3-1.
I mean, for Latos, he wouldn't have any fun here yesterday. When they introduced him, he got booed pretty hardly here by the Giants fans. Only because he had, at one time in his career, wrote on a baseball, Matt Latos, I hate San Francisco. They don't forget that stuff.
Yeah. Plus, he really hurt Dave Fleming's car.
Well, he broke a window when he threw a baseball from the field during batting practice into the players' parking lot.
3 balls and 1 strike.
But they're also a little sensitive to Hunter Pitts, who got drilled last year and missed a lot of last season because of the injury that he got here at spring training.
3-2. See if Pence gets that same pitch. 3-2. Gets one in the dirt. So Pence strikes out. And that'll bring up Belt. Belt rocketed one into the gap in the 4th.
He can't hit any harder. And we said that when he hit it that way, he had topspin on the ball, and that's what kept it in the ballpark. But his contact all spring long has been loud.
Very hard.
He's a good slider. I mean, that's 3 sliders in the dirt and 3 swings at it. 2 by Pence, and here the first pitch strike from Brandon Belt. Numbers last season for Belt, but he lost a lot of time because of the disabled list.
And tight.
Belt last year played in 137 games, so you lost just about a month. The Giants really would like to get him healthy through the whole season to see what kind of numbers he can put up. And it's kind of the problem when you're a tall hitter. Guys pitch you inside. They know that you want to get those long arms extended, so they go in on you. Belt's 6'5", 220 pounds. At 220 pounds, that's like 2 weeks after the flu. I think he's more like 235.
Yeah, I agree. Two pitch to Belt. And there's a good take, so
not an easy one either.
Barrett threw him another one. It's 3-2.
Perfect pitch when you have a 2-strike count and a slider like that.
The runner goes, slowly hit. It'll be Ryanheimer who makes the play and throws out Belt. 7th inning coming up. 6-1 D-backs.
Brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Through 6 innings of play, let's take a look at the numbers. 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the D-backs. Giants 1 run on 7 hits, 1 error. For Chris Heston with 4+. And struck out 5. He'll feel pretty good about it. Matt Duffy a 2 for 3 night with a double and a run. Brandon Belt a 1 for 3 double. Hardest ball the Giants have hit all night long. And that is your Toyota game summary brought to you by your local Toyota dealer.
Here's Brito facing Corey Guerin, 7th inning. And it's low, 1 ball and no strikes. Kataris catching Parker in right. That's what we have, too. The 1-0 pitch. Tap slowly. Tough play. Brito's aboard.
Well, that's a pretty good effort from Corey Guerin. I mean, that would have been, I didn't think he had a chance at all when the ball left the bat.
I mean, the only thing you can do is the Rob Dibble, right? Throw it, hit the guy right in the middle of the back.
And hope that he's inside the baseline. He throws it right over his shoulder, and that ball should have been caught. Just a swinging bunt, a perfect one. And you're right, if that base runner is inside the baseline on the infield side, and you hit him in the back, he is out.
And if you don't have a chance.
If you don't have a chance.
Here's Goldschmidt.
Well, we might add that Rob Dibble threw about 99 miles an hour. And I think he enjoyed the play.
With an attitude.
Yeah, with more than half an attitude.
Or you can do the Rob Dibble on the ball hit right back at him on the mound, and then he'd throw it at the guy. With an attitude.
I used to love his at-bats, or his matchups with Kevin Mitchell. That was mano-y-mano.
Swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Gary.
And Kevin Mitchell hit Rob Dibble good. There aren't many guys that can say that. Watch the facial expression of Corey Guerin. We talk about it being the hairy eyeball. I mean, he'll put on a game face, he'll get the sign, come set, then he gets a game face.
Here's Borenstein. And he taps foul.
These guys just cannot get underneath the ball. They're topping everything. Just good sink. That's the look you're looking for if you're a manager and a pitching coach. All business with Mr. Guerin.
Yes, sirree. Oh, 1 pitch coming up to Borenstein. And it's high and wide.
But a lot of guys will do that, especially guys who've had anxiety problems on the mound. They get a little hyper out there, and they have a problem and a hard time slowing the game down to where they can be effective. And what guys will do is they'll come set, look at a little pebble on the ground, and they get the fuzzy eye. They'll blur that pebble on the ground to bring it back, turn their head, pick up their target, bring it back in focus, and go. And it eliminates all the distraction that can happen with some guys. It can be a distraction for them.
Two-one pitch. Here it is. On the ground. Could be a pair. And it goes 4-6-3. Brandon Crawford's going to lead things off. 6-1 lead for the D-backs. Well, the Diamondbacks kick off the second homestand. It'll be starting out on April 18th, and the Giants invite all students, alumni, and fans of Stanford, Cal, Berkeley, and SF State to our college night at AT&T Park. You need a special event ticket package. It includes a game ticket and a limited edition co-branded SF College cap. For more information, sfgiants.com/special events.
The pitcher now for Arizona is going to be the right-hander Silvino Bracho. About 36 days in the big league. Got called up last year. Did a nice job. Bracho having a good spring. Making the case that he wants to stay here in Arizona when the season starts.
So here's Crawford. Crawford is bounced out, struck out. Brachos is out of the stretch. And Crawford swinging. And Crone is now at first. He makes the play. Or, as we like to say, big old number 97.
Old 97.
Where's AD?
I think if you're going to wear 97, you got to be built like Kevin Crone.
Yeah, you do. Here's Blanco. Gregor Blanco. Need at 270. The only extra outfielder the Giants will carry into Milwaukee. And he takes low.
That's right. Giants going with 13 pitchers in the bullpen. So 4 extra guys.
In a lot of ways, it's a tribute to what he can do. All the different spots he can play. He hit very hard off his foot. And he is not doing well at home plate. He has a shin guard. You can see how high that shin guard is.
Yeah, it never seems to be high enough.
Did it?
Get his left leg.
Yeah, maybe it hit him on that left leg. He said, "I'm good."
The way he went down, I didn't think he had any chance to finish this at bat. That's the back leg. You know, you do not expect to get hit there when you're taking it.
No, you don't. I mean, maybe you get nicked, right? But that hit him solid.
Either that or some guy in the stands hit you in the leg with a beer can or something. But not, of course. No, you're not going to get hit.
Either would be Municipal Stadium in Cleveland or at Candlestick, one of those two places.
Definitely have a chance of getting hit from the stands. Okay, we're good. I never could figure out how a guy gets back into it at bat after he does that. Matt Williams did it. He fouled one off and hit his toe on his right foot. As a right-handed hitter, his back foot broke it. And we were kind of kidding it at the time. We finished the game, went into the clubhouse, and there he was with that look on his face and realizing he's going to be on the DL for 6 weeks.
Yeah, we went into apology mode really fast. I think it was something like this. You know, Matt, look, I'd like to apologize. Kruk laughed really hard.
Yeah. Way to stick up for me. We saw a similar thing happen to Bill Miller. Opening day in Cincinnati. Left-handed hitter. He's a switch hitter, but he's hitting left-handed. Hit it off his back foot. Broke 2 toes. See ya.
95. It's 2-2.
Did you ever hit yourself in the back leg?
I can't ever remember doing it. Maybe like on a bunt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And now, a full count. Angel Pagan is on deck. We're in the 7th. Outside, the walk. It all started with a walk.
Good at bat. Talk about Blanco losing some time this year because of stiffness in his lower back. And, he's kind of playing catch up now. But that's a good at bat. That's one of those that you feel like you're getting pretty dialed into your strike zone when you work a count, take a close pitch to get on base.
Pagan is 1 for 2. Singled right over Andrew Chafin when he was in the game. Big swing and a foul back. ARI AT SFN is on deck. One pitch to Pagan. One home run in this game. We thought there'd be a few with the way the wind is blowing out. The home run came off the bat of Gene Segura, who opened up the game.
Yeah, and it's not like the wind has calmed down either. It's blowing out of Gill, straight center now.
2 balls and 1 strike.
Come on, Angel.
I mean, this is the wind that Noah was looking at first day of the Great Rains. And it is supposed to get cold tonight. We don't say that very often
Cold,
down here.
like Arizona cold, Wisconsin cold.
Well, low 50s. Arizona cold. Candlestick, we take that July 4th.
3 balls and 1 strike.
52 degrees. You got folks sitting with tank tops on in the bleachers. But here, that's news. There are people in this state that don't even own jackets.
Or long pants, for that matter.
Yeah.
3-1 to Pagan. Popped him up. Dropped it. Everybody's safe. That's going to happen out here. Question is it a hit or not?
I would say it is a hit just because of the distance that he had to come in on. And that wind is not an easy thing. I mean, you pop up, fly ball.
No, that's got to be an error. The hitter will be Adrianza. Adrianza having a good spring. And he takes wide. 1 ball and no strikes.
Adrianza, one of the 4 guys who will be on the Giants bench when the season starts. And he has looked like a completely different guy this spring than any spring we've ever seen him. And the difference simply is that he's at strength level now in the big leagues. We really saw it last year in September. It really started to get his foundation, his confidence. And he started playing good ball. For the longest time, I mean, he just looked like he just wasn't strong enough to play at this level. You can't say that anymore as we have a break in the action.
Mike Butcher's out. Mike Butcher had a good Big Ten trot to the mound.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if he's got the good Big Ten trot back. Here we go.
Oh, yeah. Kind of looks like Matt Williams' home run trot.
Let's say this. We saw Dave Rigetti before the game. Really the first time I've seen Rags in spring training. He looks in fabulous shape. So we're wondering if he's going to be sprinting to the mound.
Well, 30 seconds. There'll be times he will, especially when they're playing the A's in Oakland. The dugouts in Oakland are the farthest that I mean, is there anything farther from the dugout to the mound? I mean, that's a long ways. Here, the dugouts are close to the action, so it really isn't that big of a sprint. We'll tack on 30 more yards, and that's Oakland. At least 30.
I want to see Rick Honeycutt this year because that can be a little wide. The foul territory at Dodger Stadium. There's a strike. 3-1. Hey, it's just another thing that we can watch. Just another thing that can distract us. Where the list is pretty long as it is. Ouch. 3-2.
Well, I mean, there's some pitching coaches that we've had over the years that they had no chance to get out there and back in 30 seconds. Norm Sherry, no chance. Les Moss, no chance. Which I thought was always one of the great all-time names.
How about Harvey Keene with his wooden leg?
Yeah. What chance does he have going out 30 seconds?
3-2 to Adrianza. On the ground. Nice play. No play. Bases are loaded.
Well, saved a run.
That's going to hit.
Now let's take a look. And Reinheimer going to his right. And realizing he had no play to throw to any bag, but just by stopping it, preventing it from going in the outfield, saves a run. So the way Bracho's been putting the ball on the ground, that's significant.
It is. Here's Panic. Bracho's been falling behind, but once again, it's 1 ball and no strikes. There's a strike.
Changeup. Guarantee wasn't looking for that. Guy's throwing 94-mile-an-hour sink. You're thinking about 94-mile-an-hour sink. You're not thinking about 1-0 changeups. That's a nice pitch.
One pitch. High fly ball. Blanco with a bluff. Two
Good
outs,
job.
and Duffy's going to hit.
Good job. If you're a runner at first base, you got to draw a throw, plain and simple. Just not deep enough, especially down by 5 runs. Just draw a hard throw. You've done your job. These are just little things that exemplify playing the game right. Good examples for kids.
So here's Duffy. And the pitch, Duffy takes low. Duffy's got a couple of hits. And the pitch is high, 2-0.
Action in the D-backs bullpen. It's Jose Cisnero.
See if Duffy gets something to hit here. Fouls it off the backstop.
Nice location on that 2-0 fastball. 94 to right on the outside corner at the knees. I mean, that's your best defense against a hitter that's looking for a pitch. Good location.
Two balls, one strike. Bases are loaded. Outside. This is one swing could get the Giants back into this game.
All right, did he go? No. Although spring training, you never know. You get some itchy trigger fingers down there with some umpires.
3-1.
I'd probably be the same way.
High and foul and out of play.
Never spilled a drop. Yep. It's my dad. He'll appreciate that in about 10 years.
Mom's going to be driving, by the way, on the way home.
Yep.
Junior's asleep, and Dad, too.
I think there's a chance. But he'll be smiling.
Mom's designated driver tonight. And the soft line drive, and that'll end the inning. 8th inning coming up.
Stop by today. on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by AAA. Get an insurance quote from AAA by March 31st, and you'll get a free carry-all tote. Restrictions apply. Go to AAA branch for details.
It's a 6-1 lead for the D-backs as we head to the 8th inning. Jake Dunning is the new pitcher for the Giants. He was shown some good stuff, and the Giants want to take more of a look at him as spring training closes out. We do have Corey Guerin with us, and Corey, really another nice outing by you tonight. And I'm wondering what your thoughts were coming into camp and how you thought you had to do in order to get a spot on this roster.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I really just wanted to come into camp and have a healthy spring. This was my first time being able to go out and compete and have a normal spring training in 2 years. So after last season, how everything finished up, felt great. Really loved being around this club, and so just wanted to really springboard off of last year and try to come out and put together some good outings.
Here's Duffy, and a nice recovery and a nice play by Belt. So all in all, a very nice, exciting 5-3 putout.
That's exactly what we were talking about earlier. The fast infield and how balls come up on you. And this is good persistence here with Duffy going to the bare hand. And then an off-balance throw and a nice stretch on the backside of that play by Brandon Belt to get the out. And this is the last game that this infield's going to have to play here in Scottsdale, and I think they're all happy they're moving north.
So here's Jake Lamb. We're talking to Corey Guerin, who's down in the Giants dugout. What?
Corey, talk about your setup and the concentration that you have before every pitch. It's a bit unique, and there's a lot of young pitchers out there that are watching you. And talk about your mindset. What do you do to clean your mind to get focused to your target and the pitch you're about to throw?
Yeah, it's actually something this spring I've really worked a lot on. We've got a guy here in camp who that's kind of what he's known for, Hunter Pence, and I've had a lot of great conversations just about focus and really mentally preparing for games and even in games, what that looks like. And so, when I'm out there, it's a lot of feel for me. I'm a sinker ball guy. I really want to be able to get my body in the right position and just staying present and in the moment and attacking hitters. So I know if I do everything I'm supposed to do and just keep the ball down, good things are going to happen with the infield that I have behind me out here. These guys are the best, so just giving them a chance to make some plays, and they take care of it.
Well, I find it really interesting that you found something in common with a hitter where you might learn something.
Yeah, I feel like that's who you want to go to. Those are the guys you're competing against. So, and especially there's so many strengths on this team. You've got guys like Bum and Buster and Hunter who are big leaders in the clubhouse, and so taking advantage of any insight you can get from any of those guys is a huge advantage. So I love talking the game with them and finding out what makes different guys successful and how that can help me.
Corey, you missed all 2014 with Tommy John. You worked your way back last year. There's always a point in time when you come back, you're out there the mound after an injury like that. You're thinking about an injury. But then there's also that time you get to that point where you're no longer thinking about it. It looks to me like you're there now.
Oh, totally. Yeah. Last year, with Tommy John, everybody has that kind of 12-month mark that they really want to shoot for to get back out there and be pitching. But I had a lot of people tell me, you'll be back pitching at 12 months. You probably won't feel back to normal till about 15 months. And then the following spring, you'll really hit your stride. And honestly, it was true. I definitely had that experience coming out of spring training last year. It felt okay. Was able to compete, but it really didn't kind of click until August, I would say. And then it started to feel normal. And this spring's just felt fantastic. I've no complaints. They've done a great job, the training staff here, of making sure every time I get out there I feel healthy in rags, and Boch have done a great job of scheduling appearances in a way that allows me to kind of ramp up, and finishing up with a 2-inning outing here tonight was definitely exciting.
This is Chris Owings facing Jake Dunning. Well, look, so you're injured. You had really a couple of fine seasons with the Atlanta Braves. I'm sure you had other opportunities to sign with different teams. Why the Giants?
There's a lot of reasons. You kind of do your research when you know you're going to have that opportunity. And first of all, any team that wins 3 World Series in 5 years, something special is going on. And it's hard to know exactly what that is unless you're in it. And, so I definitely knew I wanted to come over and find out kind of what made this team special. And I also knew that Boch was, the best at what he does in the game as far as handling the bullpen. You ask anybody in the game, and that's an easy answer. So I knew I wanted to come over to be a part of that, but also I knew that they wanted me here. I talked to Bobby Evans probably 20 minutes after I found out that I was going to be a free agent, and I felt, very wanted and felt at home with the group of guys they had here. So there was really never a doubt. I knew that San Francisco was a special place, a town that I really enjoy. That's where I made my debut. My first time in a big league stadium was in San Francisco, so it's always held a special place in my heart. And the fact that they have amazing guys and staff and just a great organization here made it a very easy decision.
Well, plus a lot of guys from the South on this team.
That's right, yeah.
Here it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And this is to Adrianza, to Pena, double play. Corey, you got it whether you're on the mound or not. Way to go.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for stopping by.
All right, thank you.
6-1 D-backs.
X1 from Xfinity will change the way you experience TV.
6-1 Arizona as we go to the bottom of the 8th. And the new pitcher is Evan Marshall.
Take a look at the numbers that he has had this spring. 8 innings, 8 base runners allowed, 6 strikeouts against a walk. Marshall, a little over a year's time at the big league level. 25 years old, 6'2", 225-pounder. 2 times
Giants
fastball,
baseball
hard thrower.
on
He also has a changeup and a curveball. Go get him.
So here's Kataris. He will lead things off. Overshift is on for Kataris, and there's a strike.
Look at the stats this spring. The right-handers have been hitting them better than the lefties. Lefties hitting just $167 against them. Speaking of $167, George Kataris' numbers here.
Parker to follow.
But Kataris is a guy you have to have in your organization. He's a veteran catcher. He and Miguel Olivo, both of the Giants organization, the guys you might see this summer. Can handle a staff. You get that label as a catcher, you're going to hang around for a while.
Lamb backpedaling.
Did he do the pop-up dance?
He did. made famous at Candlestick Park.
Yep, stay with it. Nothing fun about a pop-up in the air affected by wind. I don't think we'll ever see anything that even remotely comes close to Candlestick pop-ups.
So here's Parker. No, it's not going to happen, nor should it.
Well, I mean, it's the only place I ever saw where a pop-up would get hit, and you'd have 8 guys calling for it.
I will tell you this, though. Flying here yesterday out of Oakland, you take off, you're headed north, you kind of swing, just kind of get to where it looks like you're going to go over the city of San Francisco, and they swing left, and you go right over where Candlestick was.
Yeah.
And it looks very odd.
Yeah.
There's a line drive. That'll be fun.
Nice at bat right there for Parker.
And here's Belt. It looks odd because there's nothing there. Nothing.
Could you still see the pattern of the infield?
It's flat. Just totally flat. Nothing on it.
We should tell that story.
Here's Belt.
It's 2 outs. I don't know if we can get it in.
Belt doubled in the 4th. It's 6-1 D-backs and a called strike. Well, we just went back and seen as how there was no football, and there's no reason to water the field. Kind of the old baseball field kind of popped up out of the ground. And you could see where the base paths were, the pitcher's mound was. It was pretty cool. It really was.
It was cool. And you walked right out to where second base was. I walked out to where the mound was. We looked up. It was the same background we saw those years as a player. I mean, it was eerie in a way, but it was extremely cool that the old baseball diamond came back up. Standing out there in a field of dead grass, but yet you could see the infield. Very cool.
Down and into Belt. It's 1-2.
That's why I wanted to know if you flew over, could you still see the infield?
Could not. Actually, it looked like the wind just kind of finally blew Candlestick right into the bay.
Yeah. That's where her ashes are.
2-2.
She did not lack personality.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Inside 3-2. Got him. Marshall, a nice inning, and the 9th inning coming up. 6-1 D-backs.
Well, I'm going.
Tonight, after the game, right here on CSN Bay Area. We'll talk about the Warriors. Why not? Talk about Jake Peavy, and why not? And the Sharks go for a playoff clinch after the game.
New pitcher now for the Giants. It's going to be Nestor Molina. It'll be the first time we get a chance to see him. We've seen a lot of sink tonight. We saw Corey Garrett. And you're going to see more from Nestor Molina. Originally out of the Blue Jays organization. This will be his 8th year of professional baseball. But he has got a heavy fastball. Fastball, slider, changeup. But he could definitely put the ball on the ground. Molina was originally signed in 2007. I think they have his height and weight from 2007. Because he is no longer 6'1", 170. He blew by that.
Yep.
But his stuff is live.
Let me see what it says your height and weight is this year. Our press guide.
Yeah, they quit putting that in for broadcasters.
No, they put it in this year. Here we go. Kuko. 6'4", 220.
Yep.
You take that?
Yeah.
Okay.
6'4", too much.
Ricky Weeks is on deck. This is Gosewich. 3 balls and no strikes. And a strike. Popped up, headed to the parking lot. No, didn't quite make it. It's 3-2.
I had to do that. Parking a car here at Scottsdale. Had to take it back to the rent-a-car place and explain why the windshield was broken by a pop-up. I didn't have the pop-up insurance.
Foul. Well, you do need it here. There's no doubt about it. Three and 2 to Tuffy Gosewich, who's 0 for 3. Fouled again. Matt Williams will track it down. We are in the 9th. Get our young umpire, Stu Shearwater. Yep, Stu said, I'm good. I got a lot of people here. I cannot be worried about something like that.
Oh, that got him good. Direct hit. He could take a punch. Gosewich has had about 4 swings. He hadn't come close to the sweet spot yet on the bat. It just tells you how much movement that Nestor Molina has. And that's why the Giants have him up here pitching in this game. They want to see him.
High to left for Williamson. And here's Ricky Weeks. Ricky Weeks was, for many years, the jewel of the Milwaukee Brewers minor league organization.
I got to be honest, it's strange seeing him in another uni. I mean, he was Mr. Brewer. A whole new look. No more dreadlocks.
A lot of strikeouts, and he hit some home runs, too.
Completely different guy. New uni, new haircut. Didn't recognize him.
$12,117. 2 balls and 1 strike. On a breezy, warm night here in the desert, as Mike says, supposed to cool off just a little bit. Forget this one. This might hit the scoreboard. Gone.
He has always been able to hit it as far as anybody in baseball. And he goes down and gets a sinker and just measures it out. Boom. Watch the head stay still. That is a great bat head throw. And he used every ounce of his lower body right through it. He'll sleep good tonight. And where did it go?
Old Town.
Disappeared into the night.
Parker coming in and over. As Dennis Eckersley once said in an A-ball game in the California League, must have been throwing hard for a guy to hit a ball that far. Bruce Bochy coming out. We're going to take a break. It looks like it's Javi Lopez coming in at 7-1 D-backs.
At America's Tire, we're not just
Here's Brito and a strike.
So we talk about situations for situational lefties, and this is certainly one of those situations. Lopez, who's had a good spring, he's had one bad outing, and it's reflected in his ERA.
Pena at second, and that'll end the inning. So we'll go to the bottom of the ninth. See if the Giants can make this thing interesting. It's 7-1 D-backs.
The more you know about
the bottom of the ninth. And we got another new pitcher. It's Jose Cisneros.
Cisneros has a little big league time in his second year at the big league level. Big guy, 6'3", 245. Goes hard, fastball, it cuts and sinks. He's got a change up and a slider. His big league experience was with the Houston Astros.
Here's Mac Williamson. And the pitch is inside for a ball with Gregor Blanco to follow. Outside 2-0. A week from this moment, the Giants will have a record.
That's right. Opening day in Milwaukee, a week from today. And it will be a day game.
Talking to some relatives back there today. Bring a jacket. A heavy one.
All right.
That's just to get to the park. Once you get to the park, you're fine.
Yeah. The beauty of Miller Park in Milwaukee is Mac Williamson draws a walk to lead this inning off. Milwaukee, you know you're going to play. There's not going to be rain delays, and you're not going to be cold, and you're not going to be hot. The beauty of a dome stadium.
So here's Blanco as Williamson draws the walk. Tap foul. Giants pregame live on Monday will be at 10:30. No balls and 1 strike. Down low. Cisneros replaces Marshall, who had a 1-2-3 inning in the 8th. Down the right field line. Foul.
That's a feel-good strike.
That is a feel-good strike.
Hey, there are such things as feel-good strikes. There's no such thing as a feel-good swing and miss strike.
And the 1-2 out of play. Pena is on deck. We're in the 9th. Below 2-2.
Do you like taking these at bats in spring training off of guys who were coming up out of the minor leagues you didn't know?
I didn't like taking any bats in spring training, to be honest with you, but especially off of these guys. Well, you know, plus Mike, you know, look, sounds like we're talking about the old days, but games that we had down here, they didn't have many 99s or 87s. Usually we're facing somebody that had a little bit of experience.
Well, that's one of the advantages of how spring training is run now. So many games, so many innings. And it does give you an opportunity to really bring a lot of your prospects up by your organization and guys who aren't even maybe prospects.
Plus, I never played a night game here.
Yep. There were no lights here at this ballpark. None lights.
So Blanco in a long at bat ends up striking out. I really can't believe it.
That's a nice 3-2 pitch right there. I think that's what he can't believe. You get a curveball after all the nastiness you fought off. Molina brings him a little breaking ball. And that's something he didn't know he probably even had. And that's the problem about hitting guys you don't know. You could get those 2-strike surprises, and Blanco just got one.
So here's Pena. And Pena on the first pitch hits it behind Billy Hayes, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Mike mentioned the schedule. The Giants will play in surprise tomorrow night. And the very next day, on the 30th, the Giants will be in Sacramento. Squirts away from Gosewich. Williamson into second. And then the A's and the Giants will play on Thursday night. We'll have that game for you right here on CSN Bay Area. NBC Bay Area on Friday. And then Glenn and Ray on CSN California on Saturday. Johnny Cueto gets the pitch in Sacramento. And the Giants will send a pretty good roster to Sacramento.
Yes, they are.
They're not going to just send a bunch of guys you never heard of. This is on the ground, and Crone has this one kicked down the right field line. Williamson's going to score.
This ball absolutely explodes on him. Talking about the hard infields. This is a great example. Top spin line, thing comes up, and he just gets handcuffed.
Well, that's the perfect example of spring training ground balls. So here's Ari Adrianza. (7-2). Pena just gets back. Nearly caught into no man's land.
Yeah, you don't want to get picked off in a 7-2 ball game. That would not be good.
One ball, no strikes. One ball and 1 strike.
Good breaking ball right there. I was checking out about Mr. Crone over there at first base, Kevin Crone, 6'4", 268.
Yep. Somehow college football missed that guy.
I know. 268 without pads. I'm saying 270. I'm going with 270. There's a big difference. But look what he did last year in Visalia. 27 bombs and 97 RBIs. And that puts you on the map. Let's see why the Diamondbacks are high on this guy.
Outside corner strike. The big fella.
His dad is the D-backs hitting coordinator, Chris Crone. So his pedigree is a good one.
Look out. It's too late in the game and the spring to get dinged on a foul ball. Could make your night miserable. In the dirt. Two balls, two strikes.
Changed speeds on him, and he was on it.
Giants have scored a run here in the ninth. It's 7-2. Pennant's here sniffing a major comeback. Either that or they're handing up something free. On the walk.
He thought he had him. That did not miss by much. So, Chip Hale, the skipper for the D-backs, coming out, and he's going to make a pitching change. And really, I mean, you say, well, why is he doing that? He's got a 5-run lead. Hey, you got to get guys used to this situation.
So we'll get a new pitcher. We'll let you know who it is. It's 7-2 D-backs. Backs. Matt Stites is your new pitcher.
Now, let's take a look at Matt Stites, what he's done here. Well, actually, that's his numbers last year in Reno, their AAA affiliate. 23 games, 3.86 ERA. So our first look at Matt Stites. He got called up in two different seasons, 2014 and 2015. And he's got over a year's experience. How about that?
Facing Trevor Brown here in the ninth. Inside for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes.
It's been a good spring for Trevor Brown.
Well, you mentioned Matt Cain through today, and it was Andrew Susac who caught him.
Well, that's significant because Susac fighting through an injury to his wrist that he had repaired in the offseason, or last season, surgically. And he got put on the shelf for about 10 days with the injury to his wrist, but he's working himself back in. He had 3 good at-bats today. He went over 3, but he hit the ball hard every time. And we might update you on the condition of Matt Cain. He threw beautifully today. 5 1/3 innings, 90 pitches. And everybody was happy with his performance. Bruce Bochy, Dave Righetti, all talking about Dave Gresher, the Giants trainer, talking about how the stuff was and how consistency was with his arm slot, the control of that fastball. He'll get one more start before the regular season. That'll be Saturday against Oakland. But he is progressing nicely through 3 starts here in spring training.
And that's a foul back. It's 2-2.
But it was Susak who caught him, and he looked good. He looked like he had no ill effects from the injury that he's had on his wrist. When one guy goes down to an injury, it provides opportunity for another guy, and Trevor Brown has been the guy that has taken advantage of that opportunity.
So Stites thrown to Trevor Brown with Duffy to follow. Out of play.
Trevor Brown was the recipient of the Barney Nugent Award. And that's the guy who's in his first big league camp. He shows the best Giant spirit. It's significant because it's voted upon by players, coaches, the manager, trainers. And Trevor Brown has won that award this year.
Of course, Barney Nugent, longtime trainer with the Giants, who passed away a couple of years ago. One of the most likable guys you'd ever want to be around. Three balls, 2 strikes. And he walked it.
Really good at bat. And that has been a spring full of good at bats for Trevor Brown. So Mike Butcher, the pitching coach, going to come out, calm things down. He's seeing something here with Stites he doesn't like. He's making a few suggestions here mechanically. Stites is no baby. I mean, he is not going to get intimidated by this situation. But if your mechanics are out of whack and your pitching coach sees it, he'll make a trip on out there to try and get you back in. The good rhythm.
Here's Duffy. Duffy's had a good night. He's had a couple of base hits, one of them a double. And he takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Duffy in the 7th inning with the bases loaded hit a semi-soft line drive to Lamb, who was playing third at the time, and made a nice play leaning to his left.
Matt Duffy got a little greedy with that swing. He was trying to put 4 runs on the board.
Oh, 2. Out of play.
That's a lot of strike zone and no 2 count right there.
the dirt.
One thing we saw a lot of last year with Matt Duffy, get into an 0-2 hole, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, it'd be 3-2.
Deep into right center field. And moving out there is Brito. He's going to make the catch. Coming in to score is Pena. To third moves Pena. Adrianza moves to third. So here's Kataris with 2 outs. It's 7-3. Runner goes, and it's a called strike. So Brown moves into scoring position at second base. At the knees, 1 ball and 1 strike. Make it 0-2. Look out, and that hit him.
Well,
hey, tying run's coming up.
Yeah, it is. And they get a guy coming up, Jared Parker, who's got lots of power.
Ali Castillo is going to run. Should do it. And that's the ball game. So here on a windy night, on a Monday night, the Arizona Diamondbacks come in and they beat the Giants by a final of 7-4.
Well, there were some highlights, and one of them was Corey Guerin continues to have a great spring. 2 strong innings tonight, 2 shutout innings, and 2 hit nights for Matt Duffy, and Angel Pagan continues to have great springs.
So the win goes to the D-backs. Final score, the Diamondbacks 7 and the Giants 3. Join us on CSN Bay Area Thursday at 7 for the Bay Bridge Series as the Giants host the A's at AT&T Park. For Mike Krukow, I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Thanks for joining us. Have a good night, everybody. Stay tuned. Sportsnet Central starts right now.